What up, what up, what up? It's your girl, Rara Butterfly, here today to do your daily message. This video is for any sign that it resonates with. If it does resonate with you, go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe button. If you want a personal, you can use the description box down below, okay? So I'm getting that somebody here has, very much so had a lot of lonely nights, a lot of lonely days, okay? I'm also getting that somebody was born into the world heartbroken, okay? Somebody came into the world already kind of with the like some type of wound, okay, or some type of flaw here. Somebody could have their parents could have been abusive or on drugs, or somebody's parent could have been raped or molested, or something here, okay. It's deep, it's different for everybody is what I'm getting here, okay. But I'm getting that your entire life has been different than the average. Okay, your entire life has been I'm hearing theatrical. Okay, very dramatic. It's been a lot of trauma. There's been abuse. There's been ups and downs. There's been good times. There's been bad times. I'm hearing that it's never really been a dull moment in your life. Okay. A lot of times I feel like you like to kind of, exclude yourself. I feel like somebody here feels like, what, it's easier to be alone than to, have to, get into to this, whatever this is, okay? The state of confusion that you feel when you go out into the world here, okay? I'm also getting that somebody is highly sensitive to others' energy, okay? Somebody is intuitive. Not only are you intuitive, you're clairvoyant, okay? You really can, you can see things, you can see through people, okay? You can hear people's thoughts, you can hear people's you can feel people's feelings. It gets very overwhelming for you to get outside. I'm also getting that sometimes this energy, you could be having a very good day, and then all of a sudden, boom, you feel this way, or every time that you get outside, you start feeling very antsy, or you're starting to get anxiety leaving your house, or something to this extent here is going on, okay, for someone here. But I'm getting that I'm also getting that there's something here, somebody here, you could spend, and during the daytime, you could have these like these breakdowns where you find yourself crying, or you find yourself on your knees and you're praying. I could see somebody like laying on their floor. I see somebody cradled, like kind of in a fetal position here, crying, praying, okay, or just crying, okay. I'm also getting that somebody here could spend nights in silence and suffering, crying, or during the day somebody may seem to be okay, or they're just kind of going through the blues, going through the motions. It's a little bit easier to deal with because you have people to talk to, you have people around, and then the nighttime comes, it's like this deep suffering. I feel like it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's loneliness, okay, because it's not loneliness, but there is this very big this feeling of being very much so alone. So I feel like why it's not loneliness, it's because these spiritual guides around you. It's because you know that God has you. You know that somebody is hoovering or covering or watching you constantly, always. Even if you can't see them, you can't touch them, you feel it. You feel this presence, okay? And it kind of helps you, okay. But yet you have been, I feel like somebody, it's not really like suffering, but it is suffering, okay, because yet you are alone, okay. And I feel like you're somebody that tries to be there for everybody. You try to get people to come around, but at the same time it seems like people, you either push them away, or people are intimidated to be around you, or you just can't seem to mesh with anyone. You just can't seem to fit in any direction, in any group, with any friend. It's like anything that you do get into, it maybe feels very superficial, or it just feels forced because you feel this void, or you feel this brokenness in you, okay. So I'm also getting that it's somebody also, either you spend a lot of time in silence at nighttime, you could just like listen to your own thoughts, or someone could be very afraid of sitting in silence at nighttime, or at nighttime somebody becomes very numb, or they zone out, or they just stay up all night, or if they go to sleep, they not getting much rest. It's very restless. You wake up, or you're having dreams, you're having these, whatever, okay. I feel like somebody is fighting against depression, fighting against anxiety, fighting against um fighting against everything that's trying to tear them down here. Okay, everyone that's trying to tear you down, it's like you just keep trying to, give grace. You keep trying to, it's not just giving yourself grace. It's, you starting with God. Okay, God, I'm listening. I know that this is for the better. I know this is for, this is for me. I know this is a test. I know I'm going through because of this. And then, these people who do you wrong, you like, okay, I'm gonna keep giving them grace because God wants me to be forgiving. I must remain this humble servant. But I want you guys to understand something here. I'm getting this message very heavy to tell you it's not God here, okay? God is not the one that's causing you this suffrage, okay? He is allowing this to happen, but it's for many reasons. Some that are bigger than you and some that are all about you, because you're going to be bigger than who you expect or what you expect or what you think, because you don't understand quite yet the power that is within you here, okay? You don't understand quite yet who you are destined to be, and that's okay. You have a vision of it, you have a thought of it, and that's all that matters here, okay? Now, I'm also getting that what I mean is in the it's not God. I feel like there's been a lot of people, when we talk about people in the physical that's a part of your life that you're attached to here. It's been a lot of people that, they know that you're suffering. They see you going through this and they kind of are ignoring it. Even if they listen to it, even if, they're not trying, even if they listen to it, they're becoming part of the problem, or they've been the problem, or, they try to make you focus more on the problem than the solution. I feel like why things have been allowed is because, it's like spirit has allowed these things, or God has allowed this to happen to you, because it's almost like, the universe has a funny way of working. God has a funny way of doing things. I feel like it's almost like, just like we say, history repeating itself. Well, when we think about history repeating itself, what that truly means is a lesson constantly being retaught, right? So whether the times change, the lesson is still the same, is what I'm getting. So sometimes, people can get away with things for a very long time. And then there comes a point in time where things change. There's a shift where people who were on top fall to bottom. When we see people who are, great, go through their greatest demise publicly, openly here, okay? It's all for reason that certain things happen this way. You don't know what somebody, when we see somebody in the public forum, in the public eye, when we see kings, queens, and when I say kings and queens, I guess I can't speak now because that's not really here, but people in these certain positions, right? When we see them, we don't know what they're doing or what's going on, what it took for them to get there, or whether it was good or bad, or what's going on in their life. We don't know that if they get called home early, or if they fall down, or when I say fall down, if they, just lose that title, lose their position, drop from the planet of Earth. We don't know what the karma is. We don't know who's being blessed by that downfall, okay? But I don't know why I'm getting that message to tell you guys that, but that's there. But back to everything that I was saying, I feel like somebody here has definitely spent a lot of, time, I don't want to say not feeling good enough, because you do. It's more so of, why doesn't anybody else see this? Okay? Why don't they know I'm good enough? Or why don't they think I'm good enough? Or why? It's kind of like, if I'm such this, God, then why this? It's kind of like somebody gets direct communication, straight light, straight from the source here. You get this vision. If this was supposed to be here for me, then why am I going through this? Why is this happening like this? You get what I'm saying? It's a reason for that. Sometimes people get away with doing certain things, getting away with certain things, just so that they can open the door for you. Sometimes God will allow, or the universe will allow people to do the dirty work, to get their hands dirty, to try to sabotage you, to cause you to move, to cause you to do something different. Sometimes people will try to provoke you or tear you down, destroy you, and that's what ends up being what ends up being your purpose, what ends up building you, what ends up driving you, what ends up getting you into that platform. Sometimes people can down talk about somebody so much that they end up talking to the right person. They end up talking to wise ears. They end up speaking some shit into existence, not for them, but for you. I feel like somebody's, you know, somebody's jealousy, enviness, hatred, it opened up so many doors for you. Because not even, I feel like not even spirit, not even God understands why somebody would want to destroy you, or why somebody would want to put you in this position. It's very hard for the universe to even figure this out, why somebody is behaving this way. Okay, sorry about that. My back, yes. Okay, sorry about that. It's very even, it's even hard, it's been hard for the universe to understand, or excuse me, or God to understand why somebody is doing this. I feel like, you know, saving grace. God has definitely had a lot of grace on somebody here. Okay, a lot of grace. So they kind of are like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? I know that you know that I sent you here, that I put you in this person's life to do this, to do that. Okay, so it's like somebody here definitely, I feel like there's something very, very, I want to say spiritual, but it's like deep rooted, deep rooted. This is like, you know, this is very karmic, or, you know, like, you know, this is very karmic, or, you know, karmic contracts, okay? Karmic contracts, contracts that are signed before we get here, contracts that are signed before somebody was before somebody came into the womb, or when somebody came into the world, whatever this is. Okay, I feel like somebody here tried to read the fine print and tried to, you know, find loopholes or find ways around it so that you couldn't get in this position, or so that they could somehow still have control over this. And I feel like, hold on. Hey, you know, if somebody don't answer the knock, you can just set it down. Right. The knock, I put that on there for a reason. Oh. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Back to what I was saying, somebody here, you know, I feel like they thought that they could somehow control the narrative. But this is what's so catchy, and this is what's so deep about this whole entire situation. Okay, because I feel like somebody, you know, was able to get away with things, or able to do things. Somebody really had, you know, I feel like God has mercy on somebody's soul here. Not only because they're attached to you. Okay, I feel like God really had plans for somebody. God really, you know, was using you somehow, some way in this person's life to be able to, you know, break the chains on them, all the suffrage that they've been through. But instead of, you know, trying to find balance, instead of trying to, you know, just let the, you know, universe do its thing, somebody tried to take, you know, they tried to put chains on the wheel. They tried to control the wheel. It's like, you know, somebody has somebody just spinning, 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 spinning. And it's kind of like God is saying, okay, I put you in control of the wheel over here. Okay, I put you in control of this latch, or whatever this device is that's keeping things going here. Okay, but I didn't tell you to start to spin it whenever you wanted to. I didn't tell you to do this whenever you wanted to. Okay, and so it was almost like God is using you as a lesson in somebody's life, and at the same in somebody's life. Okay, but at the same time, okay, he also has something, he's also allowing, using this person to, it's almost like to build you, or, you know, reconstruct you, reincorporate you, whatever this, reinvent you. Okay, it's like you had to learn how to survive the war without battling. Okay, if that makes sense. So I'm feeling like everything that you've been through has been like this necessary step. It's like the energy here is growing. It's been growing a lot of momentum here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with roller coasters, right? Okay, so it has to get to a certain level. in order to drop, okay? And then it has to get at a certain level to be able to keep going. So the bigger the roller coaster, the higher the reaches, the higher they have to get to. So it has enough force to be able to complete the roller coaster, okay? So this is what's being there's like, I don't know, a lot of mechanisms, okay? There's a lot of mechanisms at hand here. But I'm getting that somebody is very surgical, very precise. Okay? God, spirit, universe, whatever you lean on, whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's different for everybody. I understand it. Okay? Now, I'm also getting this. Okay, let's get back to these nights, these days and nights, because something is very, very significant about the daytime and the nighttime. Okay, the daytime and the nighttime. I feel like sometimes it's happening during the day, sometimes it's happening during the night. There's something very significant about the daytime and the nighttime here. There's also something very significant about the sunsets, about the moon going down, this blood moon here. Okay, I think last night I was inclined to something it popped up on my phone, and I just so happened to read about it. Okay, and when I did, it said something, I think about it, you know, it affects your moon sign, your north node, your sun, and your rising. And I think it said that it was affecting, I believe, I could be wrong, okay? I think it says Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces, Aries, or Aquarius, something to that extent. Correct me if I'm wrong, or you guys go read on your own. But there's something very significant about this, okay? All of this. Also something very significant about the color orange, about the color blue here. Okay? I'm also hearing saving grace. So all of this time, everything that you've been through, this has all been your saving grace. This is why you're being rewarded. Okay? I feel like the universe also wants you to know that no matter whatever you're going through, no matter what you're doing at this moment in your life, that you're still honoring your path. Okay? Because I'm getting that somebody here, you're very hard on yourself. You like, oh, because I had that drink. Oh, because I went back to that ex. Oh, because I had sex. Oh, because I ate that brownie last week. Oh, because I turned down this. Oh, because I know everything in your life that's going on right now is this is already predestined. This path with all these turns and all these ups and downs. This is predestined because there's a place that you're destined for. There is something that you're destined for. There is something that there's a level that you're going to be at that very, very few will ever reach. Now, everybody can say, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. But the truth is, it's only one. It's only room for one. When you get in the roller coasters with the ups and downs and the ups and downs, it's in them old school roller coasters, there was the two-seater car. You and the person. You and the person. When you think of back then of who ruled, there was a king and a queen. So the truth is that the king can still rule without a queen. A queen can still rule without a king, but there's two seats, but there is only room for one. Now, I don't know what's so significant about kings and queens at this time, or this time back, you know, where there was, you know, I'm hearing, what is it? I'm hearing, I know it's not called clevery. What is that? charger. You guys see what you guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what time time frame I'm talking about back here on this part right here. Back, you know, when there's king and queens and knights and warriors and people fighting with motherfucking what is this called? Damn, where are my words today? What are my words today? Where are my words today? Armors, okay? Armor and shit like this, whatever the hell this is. I can't think right. I can't think of it because honestly, I was really channeling something else and now I'm getting back in tune. So I want to get back to where we was going so we get the whole message out. Because this ain't about me. This is about y'all. Some deep shit somebody needs to know. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab me a water. Okay, so Virgo, I'm not Virgo, I'm sorry, y'all, I always do that. You guys, let me take you to a song here that I got for you guys. Okay, while this is what I needed to tap back into to remember. Okay, it's All Night by Beyonce. And I just said Virgo, so that could be significant because we know that Beyonce is a Virgo, okay? So let's tap back into this Up All Night or All Night by Beyonce. It says, found the truth beneath your lies. Let me calm down. Okay, so found the truth beneath your lies, and true love never has to die. I'll trade your broken wings for mine. I've seen your scars and kissed your crime. So many people that I know, they just trying to touch you. Kiss up and rub up and fill up. Kiss up and rub up and fill up on you. Give you some time to prove that I can trust you. Again, I'm going to kiss up and rub up and fill up. Kiss up and rub up and fill on you. All night long, sweetie, all night long, okay? It says, all I wanna ain't no other. We together, I remember, sweet love, all night long. And then it goes in to say, our love was stronger than your pride. Beyond your darkness, I'm your light. If you get deep, you touch my mind. Baptize your tears and dry your eyes. So many people out there that just want to touch it, okay? And then it goes down to this last verse and it says, they say true love's the greatest weapon to win the war caused by pain. But every diamond has imperfections. But my love's too pure to watch it chip away. Boy, nothing real can be threatened. True love breathes salvation back into me. With every tear came redemption, and my torturer became my remedy. Okay, so Virgo, in a way here, oh, I keep saying Virgo, but you guys, it could be a Virgo significant, but what's going on here is that you teaching your torturer, you teaching somebody unconditional love, someone who has never had it. A lot of people, and they might run from it, they might reject it, they might deny it, they might lie, they might hurt you, they might run over you. Don't worry, these footprints on your back are going to be the footprints in this world. Somebody here is going to leave an everlasting mark on this universe. Mark my words. When it comes to love, real love, family, not just this us in love with people and, you know, partners and material things. I'm talking about real solidified love, passionate, deep love, breaking, you know, generational curses here, family rooted curses here. Somebody here, their voice is about to change the world. The way that you have been, the way that God has been using you, it was never to count you out, only to count you in. Trust me, trust this. Trust this. especially if you have been fighting. I'm not talking about somebody that is weak-minded. I'm talking about somebody that is forgiving, somebody that is loving, that is kind. It takes everything to pull the beast out of you. It takes everything in you to retaliate. It takes everything in you to get angry. And when you do, it's explosive, it's big, and you calm back down and you ask for forgiveness even though you've been the one that's been hurt. I'm talking about somebody who knows how long to stay and knows when to leave. I'm talking about somebody who understands the difference between courage and stupidity. Because courage is doing something, having fear, repeating and trying it, even though you're getting told no, doing it anyway, when you know when it's time to. But stupidity is also repeating something that you know you ain't supposed to be doing. So you have to make these choices. You have to be in tune with who you are. You have to know what sacrifices you're choosing to make and what sacrifices that were destined for you to make. If you don't want more out of life, if you don't want big things, if you don't see this royalty, this kingdom, this I can be or I can have whatever I want vision for yourself, I'm not talking about you. And that's not to hurt your feelings. It's cool. Some of us are meant to be at this level. Some of us are meant to be here. Some of us cool with making $100,000 a year. Some of us cool with making $100 million a year. Some of us cool with not ever getting paid for nothing, but we live like we making $100 million. That's when you following your purpose. When you following your dream. When you bigger than what you actually understand here. I'm also hearing nonprofit organization. Okay? That's what you've been. Do you guys know how hard it is to become a nonprofit organization? Okay, well, look at yourself like that. Okay? You've been doing a lot of charity work, didn't really know. But once a nonprofit organization gets to where it's supposed to go, once it goes global, life-changing. Not just for the person who's saying they ain't making no money in it. Some people get mad at certain people because they get put in certain positions. Preachers, people with, nonprofit organizations, people who getting, they don't understand. To be able to do something for free, to be able to put yourself and talk about your experience, to be able to penetrate emotions, to be able to draw on people's emotions, you must have experienced something, because not everybody will be able to listen. Not everybody is going to be able to listen. See, we can get books and read books all the time. All the time. But until there's actual experience, what the fuck is this shit on this page? Some of y'all, you ain't got to even read a book. You intuitively, clairvoyantly have this information, but you love to read. It intrigues you. Because you understand that no matter how much I know, I still must read. I still must learn. I still must get different perspectives, different views. But see, God spices it up because he gives you the experience of it. Why you think that when people get fresh out of college, they have a hard time finding a job? Unless you got that glow, unless you got that sauce, unless you got that touch, unless you know this person, that person, people find it very hard. 10 years, 5 years down the road, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. So I feel like somebody here, you being used in a way that you don't really understand. And don't worry, your reward is going to be very, very hefty, is what I'm hearing. Your reward is going to be more than what you expect. Your reward is going to be very treasured, not just by you, by everyone. Not just by you, by everyone. Someone here is a star. You could be a star seed, a star child, chosen. Okay, I just seen a vision. Oh, pearl in my head, and I thought I just seen it on this card, but this. Oh, maybe there is pearls. Do you guys know how a pearl is created? You take an oyster, and sand gets inside of an oyster. One little piece, if they try to spit it out, there's something inside them that tries to remove the sand. Okay, one little piece will get stuck. It's an irritant, I guess. Okay, and one piece gets stuck, and over time, the oyster is trying to get rid of this irritant. Okay, and it's whatever it's spitting out. It's actually placing this coat over this piece of sand, right? And over time, over years and years and years, inside, if you go find this oyster and you open it up, you could find a pearl. But it's very uncomfortable for the oyster. It's very uncomfortable. And who knows if the oyster is going to be found. But ain't it funny how God will cause a storm, how the universe will cause an earthquake, a hurricane, anything to bring this oyster to the right hands. Ain't it funny how just somebody strolling down the beach one day, loo-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, whoop, what's that on the ground? See, the oyster don't even realize how significant it is, how valuable it is. Nor does the pearl. The pearl definitely don't have a clue because the pearl started off as a motherfucking piece of sand. A piece of sand here, right? So to go from a piece of sand, ordinary, just like everything else, walked all over, washed away, brought back to the shore. What is the odds of little old me getting trapped inside of this oyster? So the whole time, this little piece of sand is sitting inside of this oyster, praying to be freed, praying to see the daylight, praying to be released, praying, and just withstanding this toxin, withstanding this loneliness, withstanding this. The moment that it's popped open, somebody sees what there is in this pearl, and they like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's so rare. I haven't seen this. This is one of a kind. That's $1 million. This is $1 million pearl here. This is $1 million oyster. This is whatever it is here. You guys catch my drift, I'm sure. Okay, so it's also making me think about the story. I think is it about David? Okay, promised to be the king. I'm not sure. I have to read and see because I always get names wrong. Okay, I'm not good with pronouncing words here. Okay, I can read well, but I can't pronounce words well. Yeah. So, and I have a hard time remembering names, but I can remember certain things. But this, I will be honest, I cannot remember. So, I'm not going to go into detail on it. Yeah, I feel like you being, found the truth beneath your lies, and true love never has to die. Okay, I traded your broken wings for mine. I seen your scars and kissed your crimes. So you've unconditionally loved, you've unconditionally given, and there's reward for that. There's reward for that. There's karma for that. There's justice for that. And I feel like don't even focus on somebody being destroyed, because I feel like, or focused on somebody, getting karma, or focused on somebody, being exposed. Don't worry about it, because the truth is they may be protected just like you, and they might not get that karma in this lifetime. It may be the next lifetime. Okay, so that's what I was going to talk about earlier. What was coming with me is that sometimes when we don't don't understand what karma certain people have, what they have done to go through certain things in their life in this lifetime. So we can't get too caught up in they rights or wrongs or their stories, their pain, their sorrow. Okay? But at the same time, we can acknowledge it, we can be aware of it. And when people choose to ignore other people's sorrow and pain, that's a different type of karma that they're bringing on, especially when you are placed in this world to be able to help people through those things. When you get placed in certain positions to lead, to help, to do the right thing, and you choose to ignore it, the karma is different here. And what the truth is, a lot of times when y'all say, well, why do people get away with doing, why do bad people get away, with doing, good people go through bad things? Excuse me, you guys. Why do good people go through bad things, and bad people, get away with all this bullshit and seem to be rewarded? It's in this lifetime they're going through that, okay? But in the next lifetime, that God will take somebody like you, a little person, a simple person, the one that nobody believed in and dreamed in, to not destroy them, but replace them. Not destroy them, but enlighten them. Not destroy them, but teach them. Because it's different when you didn't try to take somebody out, when you try to destroy somebody, and they get the opportunity to do it to you, and they show you grace. See, this is what you've been learning here. See, you learning something universal. You learning something 3D. You learning something spiritual. You learning something that most people can't even perceive because they weren't born with that flaw. Each and every single last one of us are placed and born in a certain family, in a certain body, with a certain purpose, with a certain destiny. And yes, we have free will. We can come back and keep learning the lesson if we want to, in different ways, in different dimensions, in different egos, in different bodies, and different personalities. We can do it for 20 years, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. We do complete that contract. And some of you guys don't believe this, but this is true. It does not change the vertex of God. It does not change anything about religion. Okay? Everything is still the same. But this is what you need to understand, what you do in this lifetime. Whether it catches you in this one or the next one, there will be a lesson. Repeated history. That's why and I said this earlier, when people are like, history just keeps repeating itself. History is not meant to keep repeating itself. That's why things are changing in the ecosystem. That's why we're having all these shifts. That's why global warming and tornadoes, all this energy, because things are supposed to keep changing. Things are supposed to keep growing. How come back when I was a kid, we would think, when I was young, people would say, oh, just wait till 2020. In the 2000s, things gonna be this. People gonna be riding around on this. People gonna be doing that. They didn't allow it because people are either wanting to control, have too much control, too much power, not do the right thing, or because people are choosing to stay stagnant. History is not supposed to repeat itself. History is supposed to be something that there's something that each generation, each lifetime, that something is being left, something new to learn from. You can't keep learning the same old shit and saying that it's new tricks. Because the old dog, same tricks, new tricks, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you think about it. There's no growth if you're not learning different. There's no growth if you're not being different. There's no growth if there's no change. And I'm also hearing that song, Father, can you hear me now? We need your love today. I know that you are listening. And hear us when we say, Father, don't hear us. I don't know the words. I know y'all know that song though. And I feel like you have come to God plenty of times, not just begging for mercy on you. It's almost crazy that somebody has really prayed for strength. Or you pray for their mercy. You pray that God have forgiveness on them. And not in that condescending, cynical ass way. You know when motherfuckers be like, I'm going to pray for you. No, you don't even tell people you praying for them. You don't even use that line. You don't even talk about what they doing. And it's so crazy because if you're not even praying for them to have grace, you asking God to have grace on you for what they have done to you. It's so crazy because it's like God or the universe will send you in people's lives here to almost distract them from their pain, to show them this is what it can be. This is the good. This is the unconditional love. This is the love you've been asking for. This is what you need. And some of these people, they praying, God, send me love, send me this, and He send you. And that's why I said earlier, it's so funny how God works or the universe works, because He comes in different shapes and forms and He uses different people. And this is literally one of my favorite things to talk about in the Bible, who He chose to use. Cheaters, adulterers, whores, liars, sinners. They said God could disguise Himself as a homeless, a bum on the street, a crackhead, a drunk. And it's funny that He sent you here to people that have been in pain, who have been hurt just like you. And you walk in these rooms and you can feel that energy and it takes you back to yours. And you automatically go into this position of walk all over me. You automatically go in this position of laying down. You automatically go in this position of prayer, to knees. So Father, if you putting this on me, I can carry this. And see, you keep thinking that you just going and doing the wrong thing. You being put in people's lives for certain reasons. See, some of these people, this is their last chance. Some of these people, they've been broken, yes, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. They've experienced what you've experienced in many lives. What you're experiencing right now, you've actually experienced it many times. You have never came into the world on top. You have never came into the world as as a leader. Every single time you have been born into this life, into this world, it has been as this person who has to teach, who has to heal, who has to be this leader. So I feel like this is your lifetime. This is the chance that you get. But you also being placed in these people's lives because, why I said it was their last chance, because a lot of these people, they've had a lot of opportunity to see past, to do the right thing, to heal, to accept this love, to come into alliance with you, to flow, to open up, but they can't. They won't. The hurt, the trauma is too deep. It's too deep. It's too hard for somebody here to walk out into this light. It's too hard for them to get back into the light. It's too hard for they have too much fear now. So this is another reason why God has a lot of mercy on somebody's soul, because He understands that I put them through this too many times. They just not getting it. They just not getting it. They're not going to get it. And that's okay, baby. It's time for you to come home. See, a lot of times we think that God is so judgmental. God is so, oh, you're going to hell. I feel that when God said that we're all His children, He meant that. Come as you are. Ample opportunity to get it right, to do the right thing. And just because we can't seem to ever get it right, he also knows when to pull the plug and just put you in a resting position. So I feel like there's somebody here that's they're going to be dust. They're going to materialize to dust. Somebody could get cremated here. I'm also getting someone's leaving that in their will. Somebody knows that this is they're going home here. Now I'm also getting that some of you guys, this person, there's others here that have been spinning the wheel, but there's someone else here who has been very in control, and they've listened and they knew that this time has come. It's arrived now. You're at level 10 now. There's completion now. They know that it's like someone's passing this torch to you. Okay, so I'm getting that there's someone here who definitely had to sit back and watch you go through certain things. There was nothing that they can do. This is what they signed on to do because this is how they ended their contract. Okay, so remember that this is how they're spiritual. This is how they end. Because remember how I was talking about somebody going through the traumas that you've been through. So it's not that this person hasn't learned. For some, there is. But on the other side, because we know we have the dark and the light here. On the light side of this, okay, somebody had to sit back and watch you be tamed. They know this feeling. They've been here before. They understand this. It was very, very hard for them to do this, okay? Very hard for them to do this, but they did it. And I'm also getting that somebody, because they've also been a master healer like you, the only way that they could you know, end this contract here of life. Okay, this is deep shit. Okay, you guys. Okay, this is a very ancient soul that has been around, and you know, many lifetimes here. The only way that they can get out of it, you know, and fully be put to rest is by, for the first time in their life, sacrificing, not giving, by not doing anything. By not doing anything. So I'm hearing that some of you guys are either the middle child, you're the black sheep, you're the oddball, you're the weirdo, you're the crazy person, you're bipolar, you're schizophrenic, you're an alcoholic, you're a homeless, you're a bum, you're a whore, you're fat, you're lazy, you're a conner, whatever this is, these labels that you had to be, it's almost like stoning and whipping and walking through, you get what I'm saying, this crowd of fucking naysayers. Isn't it ironic how naysayers are the loudest ones? You guys know when Game of Thrones, when Cersei did the walk of shame, and it was nothing but naysayers, people whose vote wouldn't even count on the best or the worst day, that was out there, da 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 da. That even the beast, even the most grimiest of the grimy people in there, when they seen Cersei, they ran to her and covered her up. It wasn't because Cersei was the queen. She had already fallen from position. She had already fallen from throne. It was because they understood what sacrifices that Cersei was making. They understood that they believed, not even understood, believed that Cersei was supposed to be in that position, that family, the Lancasters or whatever the fuck they name it, Lannisters, was supposed to be there. But they also understood that there was a position and that they were placed in where they could not do anything if they wanted to win at the end. They knew that when Cersei was free, When they came back in and she was naked, she had shit on her, she had been thrown with rocks, her feet were bleeding, they knew that as soon as they clothed her back into her armory, that it was fucking wartime. So go back into the moment of courage and stupidity. Stupidity is choosing to fight every battle that comes towards you. Stupidity is deciding to kill yourself for no greater cause because somebody has provoked your pride. Courage, strength, and wisdom is knowing when the fuck to open that door. When the fuck am I prepared? Because let me tell you, if you the only one in your house and you got a whole army of people knocking on your door and they want to fight you, they want to kill you, they want to take you down, and you say, oh, I ain't scared of nobody, I got pride, I'm this, I'm that, and you walk out there and boom, that's what's gonna happen. You know it. It's no way that one man can beat 100,000 people. But if you smart and you wait, you gonna say, I'm gonna wait. They gonna have to pull me out this motherfucker. I'm gonna have to call so-and-so over here. I'm gonna have to even call the police if I got to call the police before I step out and sacrifice myself for something that's not greater than my cause. That's courage. That's courage. When you die for something that's greater than your cause. So when you see firemen jumping into buildings, burning buildings, and saving lives, they dying for reasons greater than they cause. That's cause because there's somebody in that burning house that's going to survive, and there's somebody that's going to die. Each way, people are being affected. There's somebody that could be in a burning house. That moment changed their entire life. That's the reason that gave them the idea or the strength, the drive, the motivation, the sadness, the hunger that they needed to create something, to do something that is bigger than them. See, every moment is like this. Everything in this universe is a parallel to each other. Whether we seeing this or not, every time we make a decision, there is a factor happening behind it. It's God who is making sure. It's the universe who is making sure that everything is okay. That this little wave that they paid for you, that you are getting to where you're supposed to be going here. Just as it is God who decides that if you walk out your door today, you might not see tomorrow. I'm just hearing this. Thank you, my humble servant. Job well done. Job well done. I feel like Virgo, you good. You made it. Why am I saying Virgo? It could be an earth sign here, a water sign, any sign. I'm hearing saving grace. Saving grace, you being rewarded here. You get to have it all. Because you're choosing not to get involved in the bullshit. You're choosing to have courage. I'm just hearing that. And my torturer became my remedy. Okay? Yeah. I feel like I'm also hearing that song. I feel like the word higher. Higher is very significant. Somebody's going to higher places. Okay? But I'm also hearing that song Higher by Tim's. And I'm also hearing Higher by Rihanna. You take me higher. higher than I ever been, babe. I feel like, you know, you can smoke, you can talk, you can laugh, you can cry, you can, whatever this is, and talk to God. You can come in your dirtiest, most shamefulest, weakest moments and talk to him, and he's still gonna give you a message. He's still gonna show you a way. I feel like don't stop believing in God. Don't stop believing in yourself. Don't stop believing in anything, especially not love. Especially not love here, okay? There's one last thing I was getting for you guys. Okay, take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. So I feel like somebody here, you know, you've been through the good, you've been through the bad, you've been through it all. You've seen it all, done it all, heard it all. Somebody could be passing away. I'm hearing 12:44 p.m., a.m. I feel like somebody can't forgive. They can't let go. Somebody doesn't know how to say no. They don't know how to ask for help. I feel like, you know, somebody here, you know, it's almost like stopping their own self from being able to get to what they want, because everything is right underneath your nose or right up underneath this person's nose. I feel like if someone does pass away, it's going to be very, very heartbreaking for you, but very predictable. Or, you know, you're going to, you know, you know, you're going to be able to, you know, rest. As sad as that sounds, okay, I feel like you're going to be at ease, or you're going to be able to rest now, because you know that somebody is like not suffering, or they're not hurting anymore. I'm hearing greater deed and do justice. Okay, so that's y'all's reading for today. Love you guys. Put a smile on your face. Listen to your favorite tune. Actually, let me get a spiritual as fuck message for you guys. Okay, know that you are loved. Know that things are going to work out. Let's see what this is. It says, be kind-hearted and be kind-hearted as fuck and full of love, but maintain boundaries like a motherfucker. So some of you guys, you know, you saying no, you maintaining your boundaries. Okay, you've done enough, you've given enough, but you're not being a part of anybody's problem anymore. You're just focused on your own solutions, okay, for yourself. You can't help them. Okay, so it's different for everybody. You guys are learning some type of very deep lesson here about giving and receiving. Okay, about success, about growth, about change, about, you know, the way that you see yourself, the way that you view yourself, or the way that people are viewing you. Okay, some of you guys, somebody can knock on your door unexpectedly. You know, clean your house up.